the 500 PV model. And this is the new approach that as a team, Fits by Empire is going to be going with. And it's the way that I kind of want to go too. And why? Because it follows up with exactly what we were talking about last week as far as volume and really being a little bit more focused on volume. And so I'm going to show you in these slides, it makes it a little bit easier to understand. Now you understand, now you know what volume you need to hit the dollar amount that you want per week, right?
Yeah.
So now we're going to kind of like, we're going to go backwards and okay, well, this is how your team needs to look to get those numbers, right? Okay. So we're going to like reverse engineer everything. So let me just share. Let me make sure I'm sharing the right thing. I think it's this one. Okay. Do you see the kid on a tricycle?
Oh, cute. Yes.
All right. So what we're doing is we're thinking now for ourselves and every other coach needs to be 500 PV, meaning 500 personal volume a month. Okay, this is per month, everything I'm talking about. And we're able to, if we do it, then we're able to then duplicate it and share with our team how it's very simple to do and not bogging them down with like the coach basics that I kind of had you go through, you know, with your, like the self-paced one.
Yeah.
I'm going to move this because I'm looking at the corner of my screen and that's not where you are. Okay. So yeah, there's no more, we're not going to be putting anybody like a newbie coach in that coach basics where it's talking about posting and social media and inviting and all that stuff. We're not going to do that. Literally, we're going to go back to how it was when I first started too, very basic in that pick a book to read, do your workout, do your shake, and share and show up every day. That's it. You know, because that's what we really did, because essentially right off the bat, you're probably not going to get like this huge influx of people who want to sign up. They want to watch you. They want to stalk you. They want to see, does she actually finish this program? Does she actually stick with it? You know, like, did she actually really get some legit, you know, results? Or all those other pictures that we see, you know, like fake or doctored or whatever, you know? So for that, really that first 30 days, the most of the people that are following you or your friends or any of that stuff, they just want to stalk you. They kind of want to actually prove you wrong, that you're going to fail. Okay.
That's what I was just thinking. They want to see you fail.
Yeah. They want to see you fail because then it makes them feel better for not doing anything.
Right.
So really the people, if anybody, if you can get within the first like 60 days to sign up as a coach, it's usually a spouse, significant other, and or a family member that you kind of just like con into it. Like, help me get to Emerald. That's my first rank. After that, once I sign up other coaches, you can drop off and I won't be upset. Like, that's what my mom did.
Well, that's kind of probably how my mom will be. Yeah.
Yeah, she's not a coach anymore. She's got boxes of freaking Shakeology.
Oh my gosh.
So, you know, because she doesn't like to drink it in the wintertime because she doesn't want to shake it. She wants to make it in a smoothie. So it's too cold. So she won't really drink it very consistently in the wintertime. Yeah, I don't care. But yeah, that's how that worked out, you know. So that's usually how it's going to be with newbie coaches. And that they're not going to be seeking out new people. We don't want them stressed out about that. We really just want them focused on really the meat and potatoes of what it is that we do, you know, is doing our workout, drinking our shake, following the meal plan. And then of course, if we don't post it on social media, then it didn't happen. Nobody knows if it really happened, if we were legit or if we're just lying, saying, yeah, I checked everything off today.
Yeah.
And that's just what they need to do. Just get used to that habit, because I'm pretty sure 9 times out of 10, those habits were nothing. There was nowhere near what they were doing before. So that in itself is already a challenge of just being consistent first off, and then changing up their eating, drinking a shake and working out every day. You know, slowly but surely, yes, maybe we could get them, you know, to actually take a picture of themselves in the post sharing. But A lot of times when you first start, you just type, or you find a motivational picture, or you take a picture of your food, your shake, or your weights. You are not a part of it, and that's okay. It's baby steps. And then slowly, eventually, you'll share pictures of yourself. Maybe it's just from here up, for a while. And then when you finish that program and you've lost, maybe 15, 20, 30, whatever pounds, then you're like, now I'm okay with showing the weight stuff.
Yes.
So baby steps, it's all good. But so that's how we're going to really get those coaches to being a 50 PV coach, in that their heart and their life is in your team, that they don't feel like they're pressured by anything, that the business side is overwhelming, that they live those 4 vital behaviors. And the invite is super simple, like this, I'm doing this, come do it with me, or this was so much fun, why don't you join me, that kind of thing, not, here's my next challenge group is and you're going to get this and this. No, just that invite can be such a simple little sentence at the end. But then also, if people do then respond to them, or they comment or whatever, then they do need to know the right questions to ask. Because that's the number one thing that newbie coaches do, is that they kind of just have diarrhea of the mouth. And they just talk, and they never ask the person a question. Maybe the person hates lifting weights, and all you're talking about is, fixed extreme, or, body beast, or hard labor. And they're like, I hate lifting weights, or I have no weights at home. So then don't talk about the damn program. I mean, I've done it before, or I send this long, chapter long freaking post. I'm telling them everything about what's in a challenge pack or something. And they're like, what the hell is a challenge pack?
Yes.
I am so lost. So definitely learning how to ask those questions. I'm going to be revamping the 8 steps that I gave you guys, the 8-step script, so that newbie coaches, it's not so challenge pack, driven. But it's still, those steps are still really great, and it still also includes a lot of those questions that people kind of forget to ask, Yes, how have you been? How's your health? What have you done in the past? What do you like, or what do you don't like? Do you have any programs, already? What are they? Do you have physical limitations? How long do you want to work out? If they only want to work out 30 minutes, then don't suggest to them hammer and chisel, or original insanity or P90X, or the original one, because that's 60, 45, 55 minutes.
Yeah.
You're already going to be turned off by it. And it's silly things, but you think we're oh my God, yeah, those are kind of important. I should ask. And I never did. I just kind of went on and on about how great it is and how they need to do this. But then they also need to know the find your healthy formula, meaning being able to, after asking all those questions, how to make a recommendation. And that's a lot of times, that's just kind of practice. And of course, you're going to screw up. You're going to, put your foot in your mouth. You might say too much at one time, but eventually you will kind of know what program or how to help them with their eating, how to slowly integrate it, or just throw them right in, And then same thing with the support. Maybe someone needs you to walk them, and hold their hand every single step of the way. I have some who I tell them, as soon as you get your box, your challenge, with your Shakeology and everything, call me. Or sometimes if they live here, I'll tell them to come over, and we literally go through this booklet together.
Yeah.
We figure out the right bracket. Then I will go through and we'll kind of figure out, make a mock meal plan, for 1 week, mock meal plan, so that they kind of understand these are the steps and how you get started. Because some people, it's just so overwhelming that they've never done this before. They're just I have to figure out a formula for what, and then now this, and then, the containers can be overwhelming to have to now change gears in your mind, that your food is based on your color containers and food groups.
Yeah.
Not just whatever it is you like to eat.
just shoved this in your mouth.
Yeah. So what I do is I break it down. Like I will walk them through figuring out the which bracket they go in, and then we go over seeing like what their bracket is, what number of food groups they need. Then I have them go through the food list, and I tell them either highlight, circle, whatever it is, do something to indicate which ones you like. So then from there, we're able to then make a meal plan and figure it out, as opposed to like me just giving them one and say they hate, say they hate blackberries or mangoes. And I like put like, well, you're going to eat that every day for breakfast.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Then they don't actually, kind of do the work themselves and figure out, oh, well, if I don't like this, I could always replace it with, pomegranate seeds, or I could replace it with a peach instead, or some people never understood that, the food groups that are at the top are the best options. And as you go down, they kind of get a little, like this is your emergency and this is like the best option. Some people don't know that, if I haven't gone over that with them, or if their coach didn't explain that to them. So yeah, if you wanted to, you could have with like 21 Day Fix, you could have a waffle every day. It's not the best carb option because it's on the bottom. But yeah, you could. So those little things could also be a reflection on the success of how much weight they lose, depending on where on the list, if they're doing more on the ones on the bottom or more on the top. So being able to have that perfect recommendation based off of what kind of workout do they like, how should I help them with their nutrition, and how much support do they need? Do they need me to walk them through every single step? Do they need me to just kind of check in, once a week? Or do they seem like they're good to go and just add them in the group and just interact with them that way? So it kind of depends.
Since we're on talking about containers in the food plan.
Yeah.
I have a question because that has to do with, I have one of my customers, the one that carries her little boy on her back hiking.
Yes.
Was not being consistent with her stuff, which we're not surprised about, right? Because she's not in an accountability group or anything.
Right.
So I did what we had talked about telling her, we did the formula for what her caloric intake is, so what bracket she would fall in, and then I told her what she needed for each container and what they were. But how much do you give them when they're not getting their stuff through you? You know what I mean? She went on Facebook and got her containers. So she doesn't have, as far as I know, she doesn't have the booklet that talks about, she's not going to be successful.
Yeah, I would just leave it at that, because if you do any more, then you're kind of tapping into what benefits that she should be getting if she were to be a official True Blue customer. So there kind of has to be like, it's okay. I'll do it too. Like I'll help like my husband's fighters and stuff like that, and I'll tell them what calorie bracket they should be in and what servings. But I don't actually tell them like what the measurements are. If they really want to know the measurements, then I kind of need them to make a commitment of either getting the containers, or they want just the containers, or if they want to order Portion Fix, which is the containers with a nutrition guide. Because that's like $30, like if you really want to, like that's something that you could do, a little investment somewhere, and that's it. I won't create a meal plan for them. I'll give them like the generic 5-day one that I give to everybody.
Yeah.
And I think that's based off of either 1,200 or 1,400 calorie bracket. So like it may or may not be the right bracket for them either. But yeah. If she keeps coming to you, then that's where I kind of would be like, I would love to help you, and I know you'd have a lot of success in our such and such group, because there are a lot of women just like you. What do you think about, it can be anything. What do you think about, just making a small investment in your health to get you really, set right. And it could be Portion Fix. It could be 3-day refresh. It doesn't need to be a challenge pack for her to be able to gain access into, our group. an actual
Okay.
accountability group.
Because she's already got bought. I mean, she went that far.
Yeah.
But she went and got the containers on her own because she was so proud. She only paid $2 for them. And so she was so proud that she got the containers for $2 off of Facebook. But she didn't get anything else to go along with it.
Right. Or, you know what, just since she did get bought, she technically is able to be a part of our challenge groups. And so if she's in there and she watches and she sees how we're talking about our containers and talking about how, you know, we're able to stay accountable because we know exactly, or talk about how the recipes in here are so awesome and made it simpler to figure out, then, you know, kind of in a nice, you know, mature adult way of like, I have something better than you. You know what I mean? Like, you know, kind of that kind of mentality, like just kind of like keep putting things that she's missing out that kind of could be hindering her progress and her success.
Okay. Well, I have put her into a couple of groups.
Okay.
With us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that she's participated. She did the very first one, and she put some pictures of her and Blaine up.
Right.
And I know she's very excited because once she got the bracket thing, she told me that she meal planned, she meal prepped, and she started 21-day fix today.
Okay.
Yay, good for you. But she's still doing that Vega shake for her doctor.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, well, keep going along because you're going to keep seeing me. And
exactly.
And then here you're going to be, you lost 7 pounds and now you're frustrated because, I mean, she's got a goal.
Mm-hmm.
She's going on a cruise and she's got it. So anyway, okay. Well, that was just, I wondered, how do you kind of, you know, when they're piecemealing,
mm-hmm.
I did tell her that I was going to try Energize. So I ordered the sampler.
Yeah.
And that I would let her try and Energize. Because she was talking about being tired and stuff. And I said, well, I'll let you try it and you can see what you think. So maybe she'll start there and see that she really feels better on Beachbody.
Yeah, you know, because that might be it. That might, you know, she might be perfectly content and just thinking that, you know, Vega is perfectly fine and I don't need to change it. So that might not be the product that's going to be the link to get her to really be like, okay, you know what, Beachbody's got something and they're onto something. It might be the Energize.
Okay.
We kind of have to move away from Shakeology is the end all be all. Yes, we want everyone to be on that just because it fills the gaps of nutrition that a lot of people are missing, but that may not be the first product that wins them over.
I think that's why I'm so excited about what we're doing now.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's kind of like, why didn't we think of this earlier? It's dodo. Yeah, I really do. I do. I was telling Kim, I was like, it's like such a dumb. Like it's right there in our face, and we're just like totally making it harder for ourselves.
No.
Of course, you know, nurturing. What is my thing doing? Okay, sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
It nurtures all of our contacts and our customers, and then it allows us to be very confident in the products that we are using and talking about, as well as the company. And that was a huge thing that Kim, I think she really realized how much she believes in Beachbody and our products, and how we talk about, especially from last summer, we talked about bleeding blue. And that, yeah, maybe not everything is perfect. Yeah, there might be tweaks or here or there. You know, like our website is like horrible, but they're revamping it. We'll get a new one in December. Or, you know, like Energize is the second version of an energy pre-workout. We used to have E&E, energy and endurance, when Insanity came out in P90X. And, you know, over time, as, you know, science has evolved and as the company has gotten better, you know, now we've completely phased E&E totally out. And we have Energize. You know, same thing, like Body Beast used to have his own supplement line of face shake, creatine, all these things. And so now all of that stuff is totally phased out because we have the performance line that can be used across the board. And I think that's where she realized, you know, we need to get people who love the company first versus trying to, you know, create challenge groups and have the perfect wording of invites and the social media presence and all that stuff. That is all later and afterwards. That is really not how you become successful. Becoming successful is because people actually know that you're consistent, that you love this company. You're not just doing it for the money. You're not doing it for a quick paycheck. And I think that's what she was kind of hurt with Nicole, in that she didn't think, and I think a lot of us, we didn't think that was such a huge factor for Nicole, was the money. We thought that she was just like us, that she loved the company, she believed in the direction it was going, and no matter what, we would keep pushing forward. But sometimes you just never know people, or things happen, circumstances change, and then their priorities change. So It doesn't make her a bad person. It's just, if we had maybe gone this way, you would be able to weed out your people faster if they're in it just for the money.
Well, I think that I'm seeing that even with my sister. Mm-hmm. When I talked to her about trying Energize.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to get the little single serving pack. She said, well, is that the only way they sell it? And I said, no, they sell it in a tub. I said, I don't know exactly right now how much it is. But she's like, well, dang, if it's good, I'm going to get the whole tub. Why are you not I don't get you. This is the one that I can't get to do a workout and take a selfie.
I know. You know what though? But she might be just like your best, like silent, like your silent, rock star. You know what I mean? Like, she might be a great person to build volume. She uses it. She'll talk to people in person. Yeah. She will not go on social media, and that's okay. She may not be the kind of coach that's going to the rank advance, but she might be the one that she can really sell and push product and increase volume. So
I'm going to be interested to see what happens with her and this other coach. This is the sister with the coach that's bullying people.
Yeah.
And this other woman has said, now I guess it has been on social media saying now that this woman has actually gotten her to work out, and so it looks a little different kind of a thing. But my sister still, she was personally involved. She knows what this woman is like, and so it might be a really good thing because she will be that kind, gentle, I'm using this and it works.
Exactly.
That kind of a thing.
Really different approach. Yeah.
Well, it's the direction that I think that we go. It's much more supportive. I like us, by the way. I just like us. I like what you do, and I like us very much. So.
I'm glad. Thank you. So the idea really is going to be you plus 2, meaning just keep creating those emeralds, because emerald is obviously, the first milestone, and it's the keystone to actually kind of feeling like you're a legit coach, like you have an actual team because you got 2 people. Right? So the plan is simple. It's just getting to emerald and then keep building emerald. So once you hit emerald, then all you're trying to do is just keep showing your team how all they need is just 2 people. Just 2 people. And when you have a team of emeralds, and I'll show you in one of the future slides, you actually gain a lot more personal volume that way versus just trying to get one diamond, one person having 12 coaches on one side. You don't get as much personal volume that way, which you think you would, but you don't. And so then, of course, it creates a team mindset in that you're not just doing it by yourself, and that you kind of then feel like a competent leader because you're able to show your team how to duplicate it, how to keep doing this over and over again.
Makes sense.
And so the overall goal for your personal team as well as for mine is to build a 4-generation emerald tribe. So 4 levels of emeralds.
Okay.
So you'll get to see how kind of cool it is. So building your generations. So you have your 500. You have to have 500 plus for your customer base. Then you teach your personally sponsored coaches, and they teach theirs to build emeralds. So that's kind of like how we make it. So I would obviously be an emerald. Then you teach your personally sponsored coaches to be emerald. Then they teach theirs, and then so on and so on. So here is how the breakdown goes, right? So if you have a 500 personal volume emerald tribe, meaning the 4 levels, this is how much you would make in a week.
I could live on that. I mean, I really could.
Now, if you're just a basic diamond and you have your personal volume is just your Shakeology, that 90 PV, that's it. That's how much.
So would that, a classic diamond, would that be like a challenge pack diamond?
Yeah.
Is that a way? Okay. Like commission diamond.
Yeah. So
okay.
they sold, actually, no, this is technically like they sold nothing. They just ordered their own, they just ordered their Shakeology.
But they have people under them that are doing something.
Yes. But their personal volume, that's where PV, personal volume.
Gotcha.
They did not sell anything. So they didn't, they got no new customers that week.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
They don't sell anything. They don't hit Success Club. And they just stay active with their Shakeology. They get 90 PV and they would only make 54 that week.
Okay.
Now, if they're a classic diamond and they do 500 PV, so they had to sell 500 personal volume points, then they would get 485. So that right there is either challenge packs or straight up product.
Okay.
But if they are 500 plus diamond strong, meaning they have 4 levels of emeralds and they're a diamond, this is
holy crap. Sorry.
See the difference on how, yeah, you can have 3, you could be a diamond. But how you build your team plus the volume really impacts how much you can make a week.
That's crazy.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So here we go. That 500 plus mindset is that you're going to meet a customer where they are. So you're going to create raving customers. You're going to create customers with influence, and you're going to create revenue per customer. Because Beachbody has a unique healthy formula solution, and this is like our mission. Fitness that's fun, nutrition that's simple, and then you have the coach community for support. Right? It's kind of like easy, no-brainer. But we complicate it by adding a bunch of crap. So here is idea number 1, is teaching how to find that healthy formula. So that those recommendations, so it's like all those questions that I kind of talked about before. And this one's a good one. Do you have a buddy or support system? You know, like for me, I really didn't, because Tiago's always been fit and everybody else that we know is connected to the gym.
Yes.
So nobody else is struggling, and I'm like, well, I just don't have time to go to the gym because I don't have a husband to watch the kids while I go take his class. Like if I could replicate him, awesome. That would have made it so much easier, but I can't.
Yeah.
I really don't need more than one Tiago. So do I have a buddy or support system? Not really. I mean, of course, Tiago would support me, but that support system where it's like they are in the trenches with you and they know what you're going through, no, I didn't. So that was a huge thing that kind of like enticed me to want to be a part of these online challenge groups. Plus, I'm like, I can't meet up with people, I can't do these play dates or whatever crap. No, like I just digital, like, virtually, perfect, awesome. But then maybe you need to ask them, are they open to trying something new? Because maybe they'll go and list, like, I've tried this, and this, and nothing has worked. So you kind of want to then see, do they have an open mind about it? Because if not, if they automatically are still kind of nasty and negative, like they don't think it's going to work, or, oh, I've tried and it never works, I never lose weight, then guess what's going to happen? You're kind of going to end up hitting a wall every single time you try to motivate them. Yeah. But if you know right off the bat that they're kind of, stubborn and they're going to do it on their own, then you know the game plan, you know how to approach them. Or maybe then they are open to trying something new and they're like, yes, I'm ready and willing. If you can show me how I can do this, because clearly I don't know what I'm doing because it hasn't worked in the past, show me. And it's kind of crazy, like you have people just like that, one or the other. Same situation, yeah. It would be completely different mindset. And of course, if they're open, then it's going to help them with their success rate. It's going to build their confidence. And then it would be easy to then convert them from a customer to a coach and have them just kind of, pay it forward and keep sharing and building.
And that's typically what most of us do anyways. We get something that's working for us and we recommend it.
Yeah. It's kind of like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
So the activity that you pretty much you're going to do the exact same activities that you would be doing anyways.
Okay.
Challenge groups, free groups, special interest groups, and VIP customer groups. It's going to be the same. It's just going to be less stressful because it's not challenge pack. You don't have to get a challenge pack in order to gain access to any of these groups. It's as long as they purchase a Beachbody product, they are able to have access.
Okay.
So our challenge groups and any of our our special interests are free groups anyways. And then our VIP customer groups are free. They're either our sneak peeks into coaching, or when we have, we'll usually have like a Black Friday sale and then like a summer sale. Those ones, obviously, they're open to everyone, but we try to make it kind of like sound like an exclusive or whatever.
Yeah.
But anybody can get access to it. So our challenge groups now, yes, as long as they have purchased something from Beachbody recently, or if you want to, you can do a full call out, to your past customers to want to maybe get back into it, then yes, they're allowed access into your challenge group. And that, again, kind of goes back to being able to, they're going to see a whole mixture of people. So maybe somebody only is on Energize. Maybe someone has only done 3-day refresh. Maybe someone just has BOD. Or maybe someone got the full challenge pack and everything. They're going to be able to see each other and be like, oh, well, she does really hard workouts, and she doesn't seem like she's dying or fizzling out. Maybe that Energize does work, or she got the whole shebang all at one time, and look at her, like she's got her shit together. Like, maybe I should have done that. So it kind of does the, like having like testimonials and doing kind of like the kind of showing them what the benefits are. You don't have to do it. The group kind of ends up doing it on its own. So that's kind of where we're going and why we want to do it this way.
Does this mean our challenge groups will skinny jeans be based on this then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from now here on out will be based on this, and they don't have to necessarily do a challenge pack. I mean, if they want to, obviously, yay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, they can still gain access as long as they are a customer of ours in some way.
How recent does their activity have to be? Because I have like these, the 2 customers that I have, both did BOD.
I would say within the last 6 months is fine.
Gotcha.
If it's been longer than that, then that's where I would be like, I would love to have you. Why don't we get you going, with some Energize, or let's try Shakeology sampler pack, or something that's small, that's not, more than $50 to kind of get them to be a part of it. And it also helps them to kind of get excited again about it. If they're just joining it and they're not changing anything that they're doing currently, probably not really gonna show up and be consistent.
I think that this would have made a huge difference with people who already have asked me. Like I have somebody say, well, tell me about the shakes. And then I had another one that said, you look fabulous. Tell me about what you're doing. And it was that challenge pack model.
Yeah.
And once we got there, the price, it was like dead silence. Okay. So.
Well, if remember those people, go back to them and let them know, hey, you know what, we've got this really cool way that we're revamping our groups, and I immediately thought of you and wanted to kind of pick your brain, see if you're game for it, and kind of just go that way.
Okay.
I know, especially if it's been more than 6 months, I would for sure first approach them with doing a 3-day refresh.
Okay.
If it's been more than 6 months, they're probably falling off the wagon, not eating so hot.
Yeah.
So if they can get the 3-day refresh, it's going to help them like that reset button, but it's also going to get them 3 days of Shakeology. So then maybe afterwards, they're going to be like, you know what, I kind of want to keep that going, and then makes it a little bit easier upsell. Maybe then it goes to 7-day sampler of Shakeology, may not be right off the bat, a bag of Shakeology or a challenge pack. but it's still moving along. So I would definitely always put out that 3-day refresh first.
Okay.
Just because, you know, everybody, it's a no-brainer. If you've been more than 6 months, you probably need to clean up your eating. The next one is kind of talking about social media business page. And so this is really where I feel like you're not going to be doing this until you are like really, until you're an emerald, right? This is not something we're talking to people like right off the bat as a newbie coach. If you are right now, if you are at 500 plus personal volume, then yes, this is what you should be doing. You should be targeting your market, meaning your people. Who are you talking to? Who do you connect with? And really, who do you want on your team? You know, you don't really want to have people on your team that are completely the opposite in your personality, because then you're going to butt heads all the time. You know, you kind of want to have like-minded, you know, so that it makes it easier. And you know, it gets to the point where maybe they kind of already know where you're going with what you're about to say, you know. So trying to think of it that way, you know, it's hard because we kind of just feel like, oh my gosh, at the beginning, I just want to get everybody and I want to help anybody and everybody, but not anybody and everybody is going to want to hear what you have to say or want to take your advice or your suggestions. And so then you kind of end up fighting, or maybe that person just ends up kind of ghosting you. Yeah. And they're part of your team, but you really don't know what they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does, I'm sitting at Emerald, at least I think I am. I think my sister got back on track, which should put me back at Emerald.
Yeah.
But according to this model, I shouldn't have a business page yet.
Right.
And all of that. How is this going? Do I just keep doing what I'm doing and now just pushing for volume?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. It's going to change. But it's going to change how I post and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm excited about that part.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Where you'll be able to kind of lessen your talk about a challenge pack and be able to focus a little bit more on highlighting a different product or a different ingredient in the product, so that you can kind of get to know each of our products a little bit better.
So this would be my opportunity, since I'm going to start trying Energize, this is my opportunity, and I can actually show Energize though, right?
Oh yeah.
Say, oh my gosh, I tried this. It's a pre-workout stuff and it's awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I don't have to say Beachbody or anything.
Live video tutorial, like this is how I make it. You could read the box for them. I mean, I have it right here. You could read the box for them, you know, whatever you want. You could like actually like literally like, okay, here it is. A lot of coaches, what they do is like when we get a new program, I don't know if you've seen this, we do like unboxing videos. So like we still have it in the Shakeology box. We're opening it and we're doing it live, and we're kind of showing everyone what you get. So you could even do that, like open the box and like, okay, this one's super exciting. Got my Energize for the first time. Let's see what you get with it.
Okay.
You know? And kind of go through the motions of what most people would do once they get a new package. You know, they look at the supplement, facts. They read, whatever information on the side about the energy, directions, recommended use, you know what I mean? And then maybe you want to actually act it out and open this thing, and then smell it or put it,
But we're still not saying Beachbody.
No.
Okay.
No, you're just going to say, I got Energized. Or you don't even say Energized. You can say, I got my pre-workout and I'm super excited. And you could, before you get it, you can say, oh, I'm so excited to be able to get this, to add a new supplement in my normal routine to kind of really just push through the day or push through my workout. Stay tuned, or I'll let you know when I get it. And then you talk about this. Yeah, this is great pre-workout. Tastes like lemon. You don't ever have to say the name. If you want to, it's fine. But just you don't need to say Beachbody Performance Line. You can just say it's our performance line. By now, they should know who it is you're talking when you say our.
You think? Yeah. Okay.
And if they don't know, then they should just go ahead and start scrolling. You just need to figure out what the heck, who is she with? Make them do some work. Make them kind of investigate and research, I mean, I think just as human beings, we like to do that. We like to be nosy, And if you want to be an informed consumer, you do the research. You check. You don't just listen off of face value from one person.
Yep. No, I do that.
Yeah, and I know
you're doing that. Okay, I'm going to go check it out.
Mm-hmm. I know what, my success partner Julie. She's kind of putting out there. She's got a free group where they're doing a energized kind of test group.
That's cool.
So, as long as if you get energized, then you sign up for BOD, because BOD you can get it for free for 14 days. She's doing it that way.
Oh, that's
Order energized, pick whatever workout you want for 14 days, and lets you know. I think it's just like Team Jedi fit test or something. So you could always do something like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah, you can call anything a test group. Totally fine.
But I like that idea because then you can get people involved with just a small investment.
Yes. And they can sample what BOD is like, so they can see all the different programs, and you're really not going to see like amazing results in 14 days.
Right.
You don't really see like a drastic change either in 21. You just set a routine after 21 days, but then you kind of want to keep going because you got excited and became a habit. So yeah, I like her approach in doing it that way. And I'll probably end up doing that as well in one of our free groups.
Yeah, I like that.
Doing it that way. So yeah, right now, since you already have your like page, it's okay. But you still definitely want to follow a lot of these things. And we've talked about it, that curiosity posting now, where we don't just throw out the name of the program or the products or Beachbody. That, yes, your fit page is kind of functioning like your personal website. So it is the go-to for people who want to know what you're up to. Obviously, it's a simple way to connect. It's providing value. And then you choose whatever platform you want, Instagram and or Facebook.
Okay.
Go see. I don't know why, it completely missed. I missed a whole section of. Hold on. Missed a whole section of pictures. Okay, so here is what visually it's going to look like.
Okay.
You have hold on, no, it's in the wrong order. Here we go. Classic diamond. Is that what I want to say? Yes, that's what I want to show you. Classic diamond, right? So here's you, and you got your 90 volume, and then you have all these coaches on either side, and then you have 2 emeralds, 1 on each side. So of course, everyone's active because they have their Shakeology, and so we're just basing it off of they're just getting their Shakeology. They're not selling any challenge packs. This is the minimum that they would be getting. So this would be your volume. So you're even on each side, 540, 540. And then based off of team cycle bonus, you would only be able to cycle 3 times, meaning you get $54 in that week. So you have all these people, right? It's 12 people total, and you're only making $54. So that is kind of where where Julie is. She's a diamond. She has a lot of discount coaches. So she has more than just 12, obviously, because she has a ton of discount coaches.
Yeah.
But they're not pushing volume. They're not pushing volume because we've been talking about selling challenge packs. And if you're not a working coach, you don't sell challenge packs.
Right.
Right? So it kind of alleviates that having to make a decision. Are you a hobby coach or are you a working coach? Who cares? Are you sharing the products? That's really all that matters. Are you getting the products out there and creating volume? Yeah. Then that helps us build a team, and then that kind of will make someone who's teeter-tottering on the decision be like, okay, I'm going to be a working coach for sure now because my volume is high and I'm making more than $54 a freaking week.
Well, that's the thing. Hi.
Why don't you ask how many? My mom is here and he's coming in here. Always.
That's the thing is how do you invite somebody to come and do this awesome thing? Because I love it because of everything that I've experienced with all of it's done exactly for me what I was looking for, except for the money part yet. But I feel like that's starting now. I'm headed in that direction. But how do you ask somebody to come along and say, oh yeah, it's awesome, and somebody's looking for, even if it's like part-time work, if you can't show them that you legitimately can make money.
What I would say is that if you're willing to, this is like your own business, your own baby. So if you're willing to be coachable, to be teachable, as well as put in the work, you can make as much money as you want. That's really what it is. A lot of people, they think because if they just hit diamond or 1-star diamond, then they can just sit back and then the money's just going to start rolling in. But that's not at all how it is with any business. Once you get a little bit of success, that's kind of where you have to kick in and dig in and work even harder, to the point where you kind of have to maybe go 2 or 3 promotions, and then you can kind of sit pretty a little bit. So if they really have this huge desire to get out of whatever current situation they're in, and you tell them it's going to be hard work, but in the meantime, it's going to be amazing to see the kind of impact you can have on other women's lives versus looking at them like they're our competition. Is how I kind of would talk to people in that. Yes, the money is a bonus, but that is not my driving force. Because if it was my driving force, I would have quit a long time ago when I kept going from like 400 or 500 to like 100 or 0. I would have quit a long time ago. Every time I hit freaking 0.
Yeah.
But since I stuck it out, and I knew that my purpose was not so much driven by the money. It was because what I was able to kind of come out of it for myself, I knew other women needed that too. So that's kind of the mindset where, if, like believing Beachbody's, mission is that if you are wanting to, to help people achieve their goals and enjoy and have a healthy and fulfilling life. That's pretty much like our motto and what we strive to do, and paying it forward. The byproduct and the bonus is that Beachbody is a fantastic company that they're willing from the top, from corporate, to give us kickbacks. That's kind of how you could talk about it. Or if it's not even like that, that's when then you can just talk about discount. Do you want to save money?
And who doesn't?
This is, and sometimes some people, like at that moment, they just need to save money, and they need to kind of then check out how our team is, how the vibe of it is. And that might then jumpstart. You're like, oh, you know what? I think I really want to do this now. Not everyone's going to be like me, who was already in a challenge group with someone else, and then was like, and got pretty good results, and was like, I want to do this. I'm going to do this and make it successful.
Yep.
And it'll go backwards, and that's okay. But definitely emphasizing that the money is like a bonus or a byproduct of your hard work.
Okay.
That weeds out people who want to just, quick fix. The next one I want to show you is, I think it's this one. Yes, this one. So if you are a diamond coach and you are doing 500 or more personal volume, and you're able to then duplicate that and have your coaches do the same thing. And that 500 personal volume is however it breaks down. Their Shakeology, maybe they're buying stuff too, or they're selling challenge packs and or products. So however that 500 in 1 month looks like. They're going to have 3,000 and 3,000. And so it kind of breaks it down between, this is if you just did $500 in challenge packs, right? And then based off of your volume, this is how many times you would be able to cycle and team cycle bonus. So that's where you get your 485. So this is, so let me rephrase that. So your 500 PV, is just off of challenge packs. Sorry, this one was just off of challenge packs, because I'm showing you 25%, which is which is our commission. So it's kind of That's a lot, you know what I mean? You're doing 500 PV,
Yeah, it is.
and this is what you get. It's a lot of work to get 125, but that's also helpful, and why you're a diamond is that you can cycle 20 times and get an extra 360. So see how cycling and having volume is the money maker, not the challenge pack sales.
Right.
If you didn't have this cycle, you would be stuck at 125.
Yeah.
So here's the little difference in which one do I want to show you actually. I'm gonna do this one. Diamond Strong. Oh, my foot's asleep, sorry. So that means 8 emeralds. So it's kind of a difference. 8 emeralds, you're gonna have 30,000, 30,000 on each side. And then you would be making 3,600, right? And the reason why you're able to be diamond is because you have 4, all you need is 4 on each side, and you need 2 of those to be emerald. So I always think of like the bottom 2 need to be emerald, and then these 3 coaches, they could be whatever. But as long as you have 4 on each side and 2 emeralds, you're diamond. So that's where you only have 8 coaches. That's how much. Now, if you bump it to 12 coaches, see how we bump it up.
Nice.
So adding 4 more coaches.
Nice.
Right? And it's just recreating emeralds. But you happen to become a diamond because of that. And it's nice because now you see like that's 75.
Yeah.
Because they've got diamond or emeralds, 2 people, and so then those emeralds, you know, so it bumps up that way, and it goes a lot faster. So think of it like this way, if this kind of helps you, right? You're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4 levels, right? So you're 4 deep, you're an emerald, and then they have 2 emeralds. And then they've got their 2 coaches, and then and then you're working on getting them emerald. So if you have 15 coaches just like this is your volume. This is how much their personal volume they're making. This is on each side. So commission, 125, cycle bonus, 447.
Nice.
So that is so this is the difference between if you're just going to focus on 4 deep.
Yeah.
You're only going to make 447 because you're only having them go 500 PV, and you're focusing on challenge packs. Now, if I show you this one, they're not doing 500 PV. You are, but they are not.
Oh.
They are doing 7,500 PV.
Oh, that's right. Oh.
Because they have 2 coaches.
Because you've taught them to, yeah. Okay.
They're gonna, so then each emerald is going 4 levels deep.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So that's why they're able to get that. So we can get to this kind of diamond strong where each emerald has 4 levels of emerald. Then technically they will be diamonds if they can get there.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's where, if you do diamond strong where you have lots of emeralds, that's where you are not even going to be worrying about challenge pack sales. It's going to be straight up pure volume, and you'll be between 3,000 and 5,000. If you want to be just an emerald tribe and you're focusing on just challenge packs and cycle bonus, you just totally cut yourself. You're still in the hundreds. You're not even into thousands.
Got it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's all a numbers game. So 15 coaches, 75 volume versus 8 emeralds and 60 volume. See, it's the same. It's less volume, but the way that your coaches go, that's your team cycle bonus, is higher.
Yeah.
So it's just working smarter, not harder. So instead of having to have 15 coaches, just work on having 8 really good
Yeah.
ones who know how to share and how to talk about their journey and their process and all the things that they've learned, as
Yeah.
opposed to trying to just crank out coach after coach after coach.
Yeah. I like that. This is really more building a team.
Yeah, exactly. So this
Instead of
one,
people.
this is just numbers, right? So yes, our challenge pack is the best solution for us, the best deal for our customers. But if it's not in their budget, or if they're just really hesitant, then obviously we won't push it. But this is our first option. It's 160. Personal volume is 135. Your team PV is going to be 45. So like if your personally sponsored coach sells a challenge pack, you get 45 PV off your team volume. Okay. Residual customer personal volume is 90, and then residual customer revenue is 32. So each time, once they become getting Shakeology Home Direct, then that's the residual they're talking about. That you get 90 every single time, and $32 every single time somebody's on Shakeology Home Direct.
Okay.
And so then this is the number. This 90 is the number that counts towards your 500.
Okay.
So you would need 6+ customers every single month getting Shakeology Home Direct, just to hit your 500 PD.
Okay. That's just challenge pack, right? That's what we're looking at. That's on a challenge pack model.
Well, this would be,
No?
Yes, it's the challenge pack model because ideally once someone gets a challenge pack, they're on Home Direct.
Okay.
So that's how you're going to get, like, initially when you sell the challenge pack, you're going to get this much, 135
Right.
PV, and then every month after that, you will get 90.
Okay.
So both the 135 and the 90 go towards your 50. It just depends on whether it was initially a challenge pack or whether it's a consecutive month afterwards.
Okay.
So we kind of do this already, where the next way is asking for friends, family support, feedback. And you can kind of go ahead and ask them, like, I need support and feedback with some of the products that I'm going to be recommending. Are you open to helping me with this? Put it out there. I mean, not obviously don't put these numbers. They don't know what the heck that means.
Right.
But if you had one of each of these every single month, this is your total PV.
Wow.
Right? So it makes it a little bit easier if you think about it just product-wise versus challenge packs.
Yeah.
That one Shakeology, one Daily Sunshine, one Performance, one Ultimate Reset. Derm Exclusive is our skincare line.
Yeah.
One 3-day refresh and one All Access bod. So you can kind of then figure out, like, you know what, if you're like, I don't even want to do Derm Exclusive, so take that 70 out and then replace it, with maybe like two bod. But it gives you the ability to really plan out how you want to work your month, what your actual goals are. So if you're not going to hit Success Club, then let's focus on what you need to get in order to hit your 500 PV. Is it 2 Shakeologies, and then 2 Daily Sunshines, and then a bod or 2 bods? How do you want it to break it up? And then it gives you the flexibility, and you're in control of what you want to talk about, instead of, well, all I have to offer is a challenge pack and that's it, and I don't have any other control over it. They say no, what the hell else am I supposed to say?
Right.
You're totally alleviating that, and you're just going to go straight up and be like, if you want to push out Shakeology and they're interested, then maybe segue, well, if you want to save a little extra money and save money each month, this would be the better route. So you kind of go approach it that way.
Yep.
Or Daily Sunshine, or 3-day refresh. A lot of times I will do 3-day refresh. I always do one after Thanksgiving and after New Year's. I always do it during those 2 times. And then usually I'll pick somewhere like either like before spring break, kind of a thing, and I do another one then. And so those are my times of the year that I do it, but throughout the entire year, we can always talk about it. Whether someone's starting a new program, I highly recommend starting 3-day refresh So it kind of sets your body with a clean slate, and then you get going. Or that's where when you start talking to people and you start hearing maybe they have a high school reunion coming up, maybe they have a wedding coming up, you know, if it's like a bride, you know, that'd be awesome, you know, or for somebody in the wedding party or the mother of the bride, maybe a 3-day refresh is really great to get them started. Maybe it's not, you know, not enough time to do a round of 21-day fix.
Yeah.
Maybe now is not the time when they're already stressed out.
Yeah.
To change their life.
Right. But everybody's looking to look their best and
exactly. And so 3-day refresh might be just whatever gives them that little extra push and confidence. You know, so you're like, okay, cool, that's 52 PV points. So how many, maybe they got a whole wedding party. You should just buy it for your whole wedding party.
There you go. Here's your bridal gifts.
Yeah, then you got your whole month of PV done, you know, but you never know. At least you have you can have a game plan.
Yeah.
For how you want to break it down.
Okay. That's good.
And then with the customers, that creates who you influence. So if you treat your customers amazing, then you're going to have raving fans. They're going to be wanting to refer you. And then you'll be able to either have really great testimonial stories or, you know, buddy stories. And then you can even then offer them incentives that, hey, you know, I understand maybe you are not interested at all in this coaching thing. But I swear, you know, if you could keep just, you know, sending people my way and sending, you know, and just telling everybody all the great stuff, tell them maybe for every, you know, person that they bring to you that orders something, you know, you give them some kind of incentive, you know, access to your group, or, you know, maybe they want, you know, 5 days of Shakeology. So you give them like a 5-day little stand, whatever, you know what I mean? Like it just, it's up to you what you want to do. Some people will give people, you know, gift cards, Starbucks gift cards, Victoria's Secret gift cards, you know, Amazon, whatever it is. Doesn't need to be huge, but it does kind of, you know, it's like just like thank you. Like I know you're not interested, and you're referring all these people, so I'm gonna give you something in return, and not kind of look so greedy.
Yeah, like it.
Really, they could be making the money because they're talking so well about it. And then the last thing is just that it expands the team's confidence in our products, because then obviously you guys are using more of the products. You are used to the verbiage. You're used to sharing it, explaining it. And, you know, I have some, like most of the guys that I will talk to, they're more interested in the performance line, right? Yeah. So I've had to get really good at explaining the performance line. Or some people have, you know, a lot of different allergies and things like that and sensitivities. So then maybe I just recommend that maybe every couple of months they do 3-day refresh and try that out and maybe kind of reset their body and figure out then on a clean slate, maybe reintroduce some foods. I had to do that when I was breastfeeding Octavian. I had to go on like the elimination. I do the elimination diet, so I took everything out and I slowly added foods. That was horrible. I would so rather have done a 3-day refresh than 3 days ago. I was like, I freaking hate plain chicken and rice and yellow squash with no salt and pepper. This is cool. Who wants to eat that?
Nobody.
So I was like, you know what? I'm done. I don't know what it is that he's allergic to. You're just going to have formula. Sorry, kid. Like, I can't do it anymore. I'll pump as much as I can. I can't do it anymore. I'm miserable. But that's also, too, where I think implementing kind of like those little test groups will kind of help, not just for you to get more exposure and for you guys to get more comfortable in the products, but then it can also give you kind of like those highlight reels. You can create like a best results video. And I think that's what Kim is trying to also do as well. Just from that, you can, I mean, obviously we ask permission. Can I use your photos? Your before and after photos are amazing, you know, to maybe help somebody who's not so sure on if it's a fit for them or if like the results are real, you know. So if you have multiple people, I mean, just like what Beachbody does, you know, that's why they want us to send in our before and afters, and then they give us a free shirt. Yeah. We need to do it the same way, you know. They participate in our group. They let us have, you know, use one of their before and after pictures, and then we give them some kind of incentives, you know, whether it's not everybody. I've done it in some groups where they earn points. So for every post that they make, they earn a point. For every like comment or interaction, they earn points. And at the end of the week or the end of the challenge, we tally everything up, and whoever had the top 3 points would get a prize. So like that 1 year, like Annette, she did, my first year, I did drop a turkey. Yeah, drop a turkey. And she lost the most weight and inches, weight and or inches. So she got a Fitbit.
Oh, cool.
She got a Fitbit. Or other people, was like, I would give them out like the Fix It cookbook, or they would get like wear and share, so I'd buy a shirt or a sweatshirt or stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's just little things. It's not super expensive. I think the Fitbit was kind of, but I found it on a Groupon. So I would say I would not spend more than like 40, maybe $50, on like that one big prize.
Yeah.
Think about it. If they did get a challenge pack and then they're consecutively getting Shakeology, that's not bad. It's
right.
okay. It's okay to give them that, because you're still making money from them.
Right.
It's just kind of a thank you. And I think that's kind of where it ends up. The more results we can have, not just of our own personal ones, but then of other people, shapes, sizes, age groups, and stuff like that, it kind of also then shows, it's like your own team brag book.
Yes.
Like, yes. This is what I have, this is what my team, what obviously our vibe and the products are able to put out.
Yes.
And then it should kind of speak for itself. And eventually you shouldn't have to convince anybody or talk so much, because it's right there.
Yeah.
Evidence is already there. You're showing them, or just if you talk a little bit, you're already confident. And they'd be kind of silly to not want to join you. So then the final step is just really being able to create that mastermind group of emerald and diamond coaches to then teach all of our new coaches the same exact thing.
Okay.
That all we're focused on is becoming emerald, is just replicating an emerald. That's it.
I love that.
You plus 2. That's all we're doing. It's just
I love that.
Bring in 2 people. That's it. Because that's all this, like, say this was you and you've got your sister and your mom, right? Mm-hmm. So for your sister, all you need her to do is just do what she needs to do normally, those 4 vital behaviors, and find 2 people.
Yep.
And then all she's going to do is repeat the exact same things you've told her to those 2 people, and they just need to have 2 people. And 2 people and 2 people and 2 people.
Yep. 2 people's a lot easier than thinking about I have to convert the world.
It's a lot easier to say 2 than I have to find 8 people.
Yeah. And
then out of those 8 people, I have to have 2 of them have to get 2 more people.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my gosh. Okay, so I have to think of myself first. I've got to find my 8 working coaches, and they need to stay all active. Nobody can go and skip a month or 2. They all got to stay, all 8, right at the same time. And then after that, then you're like, okay, now I got to find 2 strong people on either side. And sometimes you screw up and you put 2 on the same side.
Yep.
Then you stress, and then, okay, well, now it's not 4. Now I've got 5 and 4. Oh crap, now it's 6 and 4,
Yeah.
And you're trying to find 2 people on either side, when really we should just start at the very beginning. We got 2, let's just work on those 2, because it's a lot easier to work on 2 people to get to than 4 people. Yep. And trying to figure out which one of those ones are going to get 2.
Yep.
So working at your top level, have them hit 2. Then you can work on your next set of coaches to hit 2. Then the next set of coaches hit 2, and then the next. Versus, I've got to get 4, and now I got to get 4, and now I have to start all over again and help them talk about how to get 2.
Yep.
Because by the time you're ready to do that, you're probably going to have had a revolving door. This 4 people have come and gone because they're not seeing that kind of investment being repaid.
Yes.
In their mind's quick enough.
Yes. Yes.
And that's legit. I get that,
Yeah.
I do. I get that. There needs to be, there's a short game and a long game. In the short game, yes, we want them to start getting a little bit of money, maybe at least close to just breaking even every single month on their Shakeology,
Yep.
And then that kind of then reinvigorates them. And they're kind of like, well, if anything, I'm at least breaking even. It's not dipping into my budget.
Yep.
That is okay. Then you can kind of move to the next coach and the next coach. And in the meantime, they'll probably get a little more confidence and more talking about it. And then they'll start to gain more coaches and move up. Versus you're just focused heavily on sign a coach.
What a dummy am I?
You forgot that you needed to cultivate them and take care of them and work with them.
Well, why didn't my sister sign this? Why didn't I work with my sister and sign this woman up under her? She's a coach.
Yeah.
And I could have coached her while my sister is doing whatever she's doing.
Absolutely.
We just lost somebody.
It's okay.
Well, it's a learning curve, right? But
it is a learning curve. And also know too that in the future, if you do have someone like that, or if she comes to you or your sister, she can leave her coach. It just means she would have to quit coaching for 6 months.
Okay.
And then she could sign back up as a coach.
Okay. I don't even know if this woman signed up as a coach and didn't just sign up as a customer.
So exactly. And if she's just a customer, she can easily just translate over to your sister too as a customer.
Okay.
So that's kind of like where you could talk about, like I've gone live and I've done videos where just being like, I just want to straight up just kind of get on my soapbox that in life, no matter what job you have, who you sign up under, if it's my business, so-and-so's business, or whatever, like a job too, you don't have to stick with it if you are miserable. You have the choice to leave. Same thing with you have the choice to leave if you do not mesh well with your coach. And I'll be like, and I'm not trying to steal anybody. I'm just trying to let y'all know, because some people do not put that out there. Same thing with the customer. You do not have to stay as a customer with any coach. I've had people who have transferred over to me and they wanted to stay a customer, but they transfer over because they just don't like the coach. They don't get along with them, or their coach is not even a working coach. We have Annette has one girl who would be an amazing coach. I mean, she's done figure and fitness, competition. She's in amazing shape. She does like 2-3 programs every morning, right?
Oh, wow.
I'm like, I'm good. I got 45 minutes. Done. No, she'll do like Fixed Extreme, then she'll do P90X3, and then she might do like a quick like ab thing from, but she is a coach signed up under somebody else years ago.
Oh, wow.
And she was just not comfortable at quitting coaching for 6 months because she doesn't want to go without Shakeology.
Oh,
and we were talking to her about this last year. There were a lot of options, and I think we just complicated it and made it really confusing for her.
Yeah.
When we really should have just said, just quit. We will figure out a way, whether I order it extra or Annette orders extra. We'll make sure that for the next 6 months, which will go by super fast, she'll have her Shakeology, because she's in all of our groups.
Wow.
Oh, she has a huge following in her own personal group called hundreds of women.
Wow.
And she sells them products. She sells them workout programs, but she doesn't ever sell a challenge pack. And she doesn't assign any coaches because she doesn't want to help that coach. And we're like, yeah, but you're still helping her because you are creating volume.
Yep.
This is volume that Annette could be getting.
Yeah.
That the rest of our team could be getting on team volume. So it just kind of stinks that we kind of shot ourselves in the foot with that. But that's a learning experience as far as for both Annette and I, and how to approach and how to talk to somebody who already is the coach, signed up under somebody else who doesn't like where they're at.
Yeah.
So you're absolutely able to be flexible. They just have to wait 6 months. And that's just a Beachbody thing to kind of make sure that they're not flip-flopping all over the place, because it really does start to screw up with people's numbers if you're constantly from one coach to the other to the other.
Sure.
Like you could be doing within a month, within less than 30 days, so they don't really like to do that. But, I would just have your sister kind of just, randomly just check in with that girl and just see, how's it going? Are you in a current challenge group? And kind of read through and figure out if she is a customer or if she is a, discount coach.
Yeah.
Because that could completely change then the kind of conversation that you guys can have with her. If she's a customer, well then.
Yeah.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah.
And that might be where, if she's a customer, you could always invite her to one of our free groups, so then she can kind of get the feel and she can compare.
Yeah.
What it's like.
Yeah.
How you are, how I am, how the rest of the team is, how we approach things, how we talk to one another, how we share. That's totally fine. Okay. Even if she is a coach, you could still offer that to her.
Okay.
If you want to.
Okay.
In any of our free groups.
Okay.
And kind of let her see how and compare, and then she can make her own decision, and then it's less you and your sister trying to like convince her and pull her away.
Yes, right.
She'll see it, the evidence is right in front of her, and then she can make a decision. If she still stays or whatever, then you know what, you're like, okay, that's cool. Maybe it is just a better for her, and maybe she's just complaining and she's not really telling both sides of the whole story.
Right.
But yeah, I don't mind that. Annette used to let people come into her actual team group.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I was like, no, because they're getting so much information and they haven't even made a commitment to you or your team. I don't like that, because I give you guys, usable stuff in our team page. I don't want somebody to just be able to take that and go somewhere else.
Right.
No, I'm doing this only because it's my team. That's why I'm sharing it.
And that's why I was asking about Michelle with, so proud because she got the containers. It's like, well, how much do you give as a coach? How much do you give when somebody wants you? Because she obviously wants me, because she keeps coming back to me and saying, okay, I've got this set up now. And where's that line where you go, okay, I can help you, but I can only help you this much?
Yeah. Well, and sometimes too, we're afraid to tell them the process or the steps, because it does entail a purchase of some sort, but we don't need to be afraid, because they don't know. They don't know that these are the steps that really ideally, if you're interested in one of our groups, the best thing to get is our Shakeology in our program, put it together with the containers, and then you go. Maybe they don't know that, maybe, they're just in that mindset of, I have a limited budget and I'm just trying to be as frugal as possible. So figure if I'm at least hitting all the things, okay, I have a shake, I have my containers, and I got the workout program. That should be good enough, right?
Yeah.
They don't know that it's just half-assing. It's not about just checking off the same things.
Yep.
That there's a reason why we package it together. There's a reason why, we believe so strongly in it. And there's a reason why, you've lost 34 pounds.
Yep.
Is because you put it all together.
Yep.
So that's where sometimes too, I'll let people know, like, hey, they just want bought. I'm like, okay, that's fabulous. Let's get, you on a program that you love and that you kind of forget that you're working out and you just really enjoy it. But I'll let them know, the disclaimer, but also know that I cannot guarantee that you're going to have the same success or the same results as either the way I have done it or the way some of my other challengers have done it when they have put it all together right at the beginning. I just let them know right off the bat. I'm not saying anything about money. I'm just telling them that these three things put together, there's a reason why we bundle them up. And it's not because it's to save money. It's because that's how we built the business. That's how we've made all these success stories. It's because they used all three.
That's how people find success.
Yeah. So, maybe with Michelle, she just needs to kind of know that, hey, I'm so glad and I love, you're interactive and you're making strides into having a more consistent and healthier life. But and you can just be like, but I know you could be seeing more success, you know, or I know you've got goals and I really want to see you hit them. And this is why I feel so strongly that, you know, that I feel so strongly that my clients or my VIP customers, or however you want to term it, do this, you know. And sometimes you have to just lay it out. Like, this is why I so believe in following this plan. Like, and maybe use yourself as an example. Why I absolutely believe in getting the package deal together the way that I did. The Shakeology with the bod and the support, you know, along with the nutrition. That's how, you know, Kristen was able to help me get going, and I attribute that to my 34 pounds plus, you know, and going on with success. Sometimes they just need to know what the steps need to be.
I'm kind of curious if she will. I mean, she knows about how long I've been. It's been 4 months for me.
Mm-hmm.
She knows that. I'm just kind of curious to see if she thinks now that she's doing the same thing that I'm doing, because she's drinking a shake. Mm-hmm. She's using the containers and she's doing a program.
Yeah.
She's not going to see this. I still don't think she's going to see the same success.
Right.
And I'm kind of curious to see if in a couple of weeks, maybe when she gets to the end of 21-day fix, if she comes back to me and it's like, well, it's not working for me like it works for you.
And if she does, that's awesome, because then you can pick her brain. Well, let's see. What are the things that you're doing different than what I did at the beginning? And of course, you know, it's not about how much she got, how much she paid for her containers, but you're going to have her work it out where she's going to come to the conclusion where it's her shake that's different. So then you're like, well, you know what? When I started, I noticed this, and this after drinking my shake. What about you? Since you started drinking your shake, what have you felt? How do you feel? Have you noticed any changes? Do you know what I mean? Like, kind of get her to self-reflect on it.
Yeah.
If she's not seeing any changes from after drinking the shake, well, then that's just like empty calories and a waste of money. You know, because that was me. I tried Visalis. I tried all kinds from GNC.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't lose nothing. I feel like I got puffier. That's not the direction I'm trying to go.
Yeah.
Not add more fluff. So kind of like, you know, maybe just like playing devil's advocate a little bit, kind of like having her in a roundabout way, her talk about the realization of what she's not getting, what she's not seeing in comparison to you, you know. Maybe, you know, I mean, for me, right off the bat, I was not exhausted by the time 3 p.m. came. Like, my mom would come over every single day at like 3:30 when she got off of work. And I was like, oh my God, looking at the clock. When is it 3 o'clock? When is it 3 o'clock? I'm like, oh my God, she's on her way. And if it was like past 3:30, I'm like, where are you? Yes. Why are you not over here yet?
Yes.
I was exhausted. Yep. Or I would maybe drive to try to put them to sleep around 11 o'clock. And I would almost be falling asleep driving.
Yeah.
So 10 days into drinking it, I was not like that.
Yep.
I wasn't exhausted. I wasn't like hoping for 3 p.m. to come so I could just like relax and do nothing.
Yes.
You know? And the next phase I started to notice was, you know, I'm regular every single day now. That was not happening before.
Yeah.
Like, I would look at my husband because he'd be going to the bathroom like almost after every single meal. And I'm like, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah. What?
Now I know. No, there was nothing wrong with him.
There's something right with him. Yeah.
I was the one backed up.
Yeah.
So that was another thing. I was like, oh, I've never been like this in my life. Never. Where it was like, some days I would like wake up and be like, oh, I gotta go.
Yeah. Yeah.
First thing in the morning, you know, which was crazy. I never experienced it. I didn't understand. I thought people were weird and crazy and that there was something wrong with their digestion. That's why they did that.
Yep.
You know, and then the next thing was, I was never a chocolate person, but I loved vegan chocolate. And that kind of then stopped me from wanting all of the silly stuff. You know, I didn't need to finish my kid's piece of cake or have an M&M or look at that candy bar at the grocery store as I'm waiting for them to scan all my food and be like, well, it's $2 for $1 or whatever.
Yep.
And get them. You know, or maybe when you're sick, maybe you're not as sick as long, or it's not as horrible or as full blown, you know. So those are kind of little things you could one by one kind of ask her, or one by one you can talk like, well, within the first 7 days or 10 days, I felt like this. How about you? And wait for her to answer. And be like, okay. Like, well, you know, after that, I did progress on and I started to notice this. How about you? It's been 30 days. What have you noticed? You know, and then now you can be like, well, it's been like 4 or 5 months. I'm 30 some pounds less, you know, and this and that. Now I'm really willing to look into daily sunshine for Jake, because I know that Shakeology has worked for me, and they've revamped this for kids so that there's also the omega-3s and all the vitamins that they need. So it's all in one. I don't have to keep giving them additional supplements. You know, that's where you can also start adding on and talking about why Shakeology now has bumped you up into you know, trusting the other products. Because some people think that a protein shake is a protein shake.
Yeah, well, we know it's not.
You know, maybe even too, like, you can go on YouTube and find it's the funny Tony Horton commercial, you know, where
oh my gosh, yes, I love that.
You know, maybe it's just like, yeah, maybe after, maybe, you know, you can talk about like, hey, you know, I know you're really liking the shake that you're doing. Do you have like, you know, a quick like 2 minutes to just watch this really funny commercial that Tony Horton's in, and it kind of just in a nutshell explains what is in it. And then, you know, and so you can, and then tell her, and by all means, do your due diligence and check it out and see, you know, how do they compare?
Yeah.
Kind of put it on her to do the work and figure it out. You just play dumb, like you don't know what's in Vega 1. I don't really know. I don't care to know. I only have enough brain capacity to know Shakeology and Beachbody stuff. I don't want to know useless. I already know enough useless information.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't need to know useless information from another company, another shake that I'm never going to try. So, you know, maybe show her that one, because that's funny, and that one also is numbers. This is how much this costs. This is how much that costs. You know, and if you wanted to put it all together, this is how much it would be. And then to think, you know, 20 freaking superfoods. That means you've got to have 20 different supplements. I don't even like to take 1 pill a day.
Yeah.
Let alone 20, then a shake, then super greens, then probiotics.
Yeah.
You know, and then hope it tastes good.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
sometimes people just need a little bit of education. And if you want to take it off yourself too, share those videos. There's a ton of them. There's, you know, Darren O'Lean talking about it. So maybe after you hear her response from giving the Tony Horton one, maybe you need to give her a little bit more information. She wants to know more. Because, I mean, she's a really smart lady. Obviously, you know, she's going to want to know more, not just straight numbers.
Yeah.
So send her the one from Darren, and he'll talk about, you know, a little bit more in detail, and, you know, really like the nutritional facts, and kind of just really, you know, RC farcy and blow your mind kind of stuff. And it's like, whoa, if you're not into that world,
yeah,
do that, you know. Or there's other ones on YouTube where it's now I just forgot her name. Oh my goodness, how did I forget her name? Isabel Deichler. How do I forget the CEO's name?
I knew who you were thinking of. I couldn't think of her name either. So
maybe, you know, there's videos of Isabel talking, you know, and Isabel, she's a little different too, but she's also very focused on what her children eat.
Yep.
And kind of like Carl is like one of her children too, because he doesn't like vegetables. So that was why she really wanted to do Shakeology Boost and Power Greens, was because of Carl. He doesn't like salads, and when he eats a salad, he has this vegetable chopper kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it chops him into small pieces. So even his lettuce is in small pieces. So, yeah. So, you know, maybe sending her Isabel's videos talking about Shakeology, how and why she wanted to create something like that, and how she came and partnered with Darren. So it's just videos. It's kind of taking it off of you and letting the experts kind of win her over and educate her. And then she can make her own decision off of that, and just kind of like, here's some videos I found really useful, and they kind of just say it way better than I can explain it. let me know after you're done, and let's just chat if you have any questions, or if I can fill in any gaps. And then that makes it kind of even easier too.
Okay.
So you don't have to do as much talking. She can do the videos. You just want to follow up with her in a day, 2, 5 days, you know what I mean? And then set a date. Like, let's follow up in a week. When is a good time? And have her commit to a time. And then when that day comes, you're like, hey, just want to follow up with you. Make sure you're able to watch those videos. They're really quick. And, if you need to pick my brain, if you have any other questions, I love to take some time.
It just occurred to me with all of that, as you were talking about that, and thinking about the thing with my sister and signing the one. I just thought, when she started talking to me about being tired, it was like, I don't feel that way since drinking Shakeology. You're tired when you drink your shake? You shouldn't feel tired when you drink your shake. Well, that's not my experience anyway.
Exactly. No, and that's most people, is that they don't feel tired.
Yeah, that's pretty much gone.
Yeah. And
it just occurred to me, though, that she said that to me. She's like, I'm just so tired. It's like, really?
And you're not drinking your shake every day, are you?
She swears she loves it. Yeah. How do you like your shake? Oh, I love it. Okay. Mine doesn't make me tired.
Right? Maybe you can be like that bad sister and be like, well, if you're really drinking it every day, then I want to see a picture of it every day. And it doesn't mean that she has to post it. Maybe she just want her to send you a picture
of her drinking her Vega. Oh, that's interesting.
Send me a picture every day if you're actually drinking it.
What do you have?
Yeah.
Sorry, my dog.
It's okay.
Oh, Jake's locked outside. Oh. Let me go let Jake in. Sorry.
Okay. Mom, you can go. We're finishing up. Mom. Where's my thing?